I'm saying that most people quit before they ever get what they really want. And it's not just about quitting, it's about not being tenacious enough to follow through to build the momentum you need in order to get you where you want to go. So you got this snapshot, you get this picture, this idea in your head, and you say, this is where I'm going and what I want to do. But what you don't have in your head is a full out plan, a complete strategy to get you there. Hey, happy Saturday. It is April, and we are ready to rock and roll. Hopefully, you know that April brings new growth, new love, new feelings, new for you to do what you're supposed to do. So today, we're going to talk about why you don't have it all. You know, we talk about the 24K life. The 24K life is having health, wealth, and happiness. It's about having it all. Who do we have out today? Who's on? Jump on, tell me hi, tell me who's here so that I can say hello back. If you don't give us the authorization to put your name down, I won't know who you are. Who do we have? Who's here? I see 3 people here, but I don't see who you are. Well, I'll tell you what, just say hi when you get ready, and we'll make sure that we welcome you properly. Oh, somebody's saying hello. I think it's Tara. Hi, Rashawn. I'm guessing that the Facebook user is Tara. Tara, you need to give us access. There's a little box above the screen that says allow StreamYard to post your name. Who else do we have? We have a couple Toledo people. Who else do we have? Anybody else want to say anything? How's your day going, Rashawn? Have you had an amazing day? I hope you have. Who else? Hey, we have more people on. Who else is jumping on with this? I'm getting hearts already. I'm getting hearts, probably hearts for the hair. The hair is growing. It's growing like a weed. You know, I decided to get over 50 and grow some hair. What do you know? I'll tell you what, you know, I like it. It's something different. You know, you got to change it up every once in a while. So speaking about changing it up, this week, I got probably 3 different people that reached out and said, you know, I really am feeling what you're talking about. I really am tapping into it, but I'm really struggling to identify what I'm supposed to be great at. What am I supposed to be doing? How can I elevate my purpose, my life into the world? And I will tell you that we're doing in our next conference, self-made. We're doing what do you need to do to go deeper, to elevate your game, to increase your digits, including your service to society. So in any event, I told them, I said, listen, you know, you really ought to, you know, jump on. We're going to bring some experts during the event that will help people that are struggling with their purpose. We're really hoping to have them here tonight, but they couldn't make it tonight. They were supposed to, couldn't, some conflicts. So I told them, don't worry, I'll hold up the ship last minute. You always are ready to roll. So, you know, those of you that have a purpose, I know Ro has a purpose. I know that she is so gifted and interested in helping people to in a group home setting that are lacking a little bit. So I want you to do this exercise, everybody. I want you to do this. I want you to grab a pen and paper. You don't do it right now, but I want you to do this exercise. Grab pen and paper and start writing down what you don't want to do. You know, when I was in college, one of my jobs in college was laying driveways. We laid asphalt. And for those of you that know me, you know, I wear nice dress shirts. I get my nails manicured. My hands are always clean. I got no calluses, even though I work out regularly. And it's because I like to be, you know, just so. You know, they call it metrosexual, but, you know, whatever. So I was laying asphalt and my hands were disgustingly dirty. I had asphalt under my fingernails. My hands were all roughed up. I was dirty. I had to use some of that extra heavy lava soap to get it off of me on the regular. But what it did for me was I was in college. It made me study harder when school got back in session. It made me focus because I didn't want to do that type of work for a living. I didn't want to do back-breaking work. I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I started to figure out what I didn't want to do. So I want you to start to write down the things that you don't want to do. Write down the things that you are completely amazing at and have a lot of fun doing. Write those things down. Those are going to be the secrets to the things that you need to do. So we want to talk about having it all. 24K life is having health, having wealth, and having happiness. Now we can talk about relationships and all that kind of stuff, but let's wrap that up into having happiness. And so you want to know, don't I deserve happiness? Don't I deserve health? Don't I deserve wealth? Why does only a certain amount of people appear to have health, wealth, and happiness, and the rest of us are struggling? Why is it a struggle? Let me tell you something. Number one, I manage millions of dollars, and I've managed even more millions over the years. Over the years, I've managed so much money for so many thousands of people. And let me tell you something. I don't care how much money people have or don't have. Most people are still searching for that thing. They're still searching for that joy, that thing that's going to make them happy, money or no money. Now, don't get it twisted. Money can buy happiness. Money can buy a lot of happiness, right? And people who say money can't buy happiness are rich people who have money, who've always had money, and doesn't know what it really means not to have money, because not having money in this world is miserable. Now, I will go out on a limb and say, listen, you know what? When you start writing down everything that you really already have, you are truly blessed. Even our normal, I don't want to say minimum wage workers because they are struggling, but Americans in America, we live better than anybody else. Even the people that are poor live better than people around the world. So you do want to be grateful, but you know what? You still deserve more peace, more happiness, more wealth than you're getting. You deserve it. The question is, why aren't you getting it? Why aren't you living it? Why aren't you exuding that? And it's because so many people fall into the trap of looking at society's trappings. What are they wearing? What do they have? Where are they going? It looks like some people are always on eternal vacation, right? But what you don't know, and I have a client that we do this with, we are getting them out of debt. They have well over $60,000 of debt. They are well over 60 years old, and all that $60,000 are vacations that they've taken year in and year out with never really paying for them. They just put them on a credit card. And the interest that they're paying is absurd. So don't look at other people. You need to be obsessed with you. You need to be obsessed with what you're doing, where you're going, and how you're getting there, because that is happiness. Happiness is knowing that I'm peaceful, and I'm peaceful at home. I'm peaceful here at work. I'm peaceful in my conversations. That's the start. Knowing that your bills are paid brings you peace. Knowing that you're nice to people, and that it doesn't matter if they're nice to you, that you're nice to people, that you're providing a service to society is going to bring you peace. Hi, Susie. I haven't seen Susie in a minute. Susie, can I get a heart from you? I just need just a heart emoji. Just give me a heart emoji from you, Susie. I need that. I just telling you what I need. See, here's the other thing. You got to ask for what you want. Now, I had a couple meetings today. You would be amazed. You would be amazed. You would be amazed at how many people don't know what they truly want. I'm obsessed with minding my Black-owned business. I agree, Coach Dawn. You have to be obsessed with what you're doing, because that is the only way to deliver an amazing service, an amazing self. Let me put it to you this way. For those of you that have been in this church most of your life, in the church, they always tell us that a house divided cannot stand. It's a chapter and verse in Matthew 12 something, and 12:25. And what it says is, a house divided cannot stand. A person divided cannot stand. So thank you for the heart, Susie. I miss you too. So she misses me. She's not ashamed to say it. I'm not ashamed to say it either, Susie. I miss you too. I'm glad you're here. So let's talk about this. A person that's divided. I'm going to be an amazing 9 to 5 person for my company. I'm going to be an amazing person that sells t-shirts. I'm going to be an amazing person that does gardening and flowering and sells flowers. So when you do so many different things that you dilute your power, that's why I talk about money most of the time. I talk about my expertise in helping people get their financial life together, because that leads to the other aspects of life that you need to get together. I stay in my power. I'm over 50, and all I've ever done was help people to manage their money so that they can have their money making them money, so then they can go and live their purpose. Did you hear me? You don't have to wait until you retire, but you have to be obsessed. And so this is my opinion. Now, you guys come on and check me out because you like, or you honor some of my opinions. Here's an opinion. Go look at anybody that's incredibly successful in life. You can look at T.D. Jakes. He's a bishop in Texas. All this dude does is deliver the word. He delivers it in movies. He delivers spirituality at church. He delivers it in his books. All he does is deliver spirituality. People that focus on one thing become experts at it. They offer it at an extremely high level because they're extremely equipped, because they are extremely versed. They are officially an expert at that thing. They are not divided doing 8 different things. And when they do it, they get paid a premium to deliver that. It's the same thing with doctors. It's the same thing with lawyers. The best lawyers that handle specific type cases make the most money. They make the most money. So it's not all about the money. It's about you putting yourself in position to deliver your absolute best self unconditionally, meaning you are not going to do it with somebody else's parameters pressing you down. Unconditionally and unforgiving. You are going to do this come heck or high water. What were you called to do? What are your gifts that you're giving out? So I want you to look at this. Why don't you have it all? I have a client, still a client, and she's like, we're doing the money thing, but you know how I am. We're talking about the 24K life code. And she's like, what about relationships inside the 24K life code? What about, I need a good man. And I said, okay, tell you what I want you to do. I want you to get a pen and paper. And she did it. And I want you to write down everything you want in your guy. This guy you want, write it down. So she wrote down everything. I'm telling you, this list was so long, it was funny, right? So I get this list. I don't know, it might've been 35, 40 things on this list of the perfect dude. So she's like, okay, so I got the list. So now what? How is he gonna come to fruition? And I said to her, let's go down the list. What's number 1? So she told me number 1. I said, do you have number 1? Do you possess number 1? And she's like, well, okay, so you don't have that, but you want it. Okay, so this is what we did. We went down the list to see all the attributes that she wanted. How many of those did she possess? Because you are just a mirror to society. If you don't know that when you go out into the world, when you pick up the telephone, okay, when you pick up the phone to call somebody, they are experiencing your energy. They're experiencing more than just your phone, your voice. When you go meet someone, your energy meets them before you ever shake their hand. What are you exuding? Are you exuding confidence? Are you fit? Do you have a great conversation? Do you have all the things on your list that you want to attract in the opposite sex? Because when you do, people are going to notice. It's unchallenged. There's somebody for everybody. But what do you want and what are you exuding? If you don't know and you don't care, then that's what you're exuding. So you need to be obsessed about the few things. Now, you should only want a few things, because that's all life's all about: health, wealth, and happiness. You should know what you want, and those are the things that you should figure out what you need to do to get them. Had a guy in today. It's Sunday, and yes, I worked. And I asked him, what do you want? He says, well, I want to retire at 62. I'm like, Okay, that's what you want in your dream world. Now, don't think that I didn't prep him before he got here. So when you come, I want to know, I want you to look at your life and decide, tell me all the things. How do you see the perfect life for yourself in the next few years? He came back and said, I want to retire at 62. And, so I want to get my money right, which is why I want you to help me. And, and I think that'll do it. And I'm like, that's the end of your life? That's the totality picture. What about a perfect relationship? What about there's no such thing as perfect. What about an amazing relationship? What about that? What about traveling? What about not having no money worries? Don't you want it all? Don't you think and this guy was a little older, don't you think after working so long, you should have it all? And don't you think you should question why you don't? So we looked at his circumstances and said, you're divided. You can't be divided in your mind. Think about it this way. I want it all. Okay. So you say, I want to be, let's take fitness. So I want to be fit. And before you get it out of your mouth, you're ordering dinner. And what are you ordering for dinner? What are you ordering? How healthy is it? So you say you want to be fit, but then you eat something that's crazy not fit. Then you decide, you say, okay, well, this dress doesn't fit. I need to look better. And so then you go buy bigger clothes. You go buy bigger clothes. What are you telling? You are divided. You are divided. A house divided cannot stand, cannot succeed, cannot move forward. You can't be divided. You got to be obsessed with the few things that you truly want. You need to eliminate everything else that you don't want. Even in your money game, I told him, I said, listen, you say you want to be financially free. You want to have all your money tight. How many things do you have coming out of your checkbook that have nothing to do with you getting better? We opened up his bank account on his phone and we looked at every expense last month. And let me tell you, 60% of the stuff he was spending money on had nothing to do with him being better. It had nothing to do with a necessity. Do I think you need to just do some necessities? No. You need to reward yourself at the appropriate time. You need to prioritize. You need to be obsessed with what you say you want. I'm obsessed with making sure that all I do is deliver content that helps you get better. I'm obsessed. I told him, I said, listen, man, I'm giving you this advice and you're looking at me like, well, easy for you to say your life's perfect. And I said, come on, bro. I struggle like everybody else. I have to talk myself into not eating ice cream. Okay. I have to talk myself into eating better all the time. Right. And I don't have any of that stuff in my house, but don't think that I don't want to go buy it. I've told you all before, I've bought chips and had to put it under the sink in the water after I ate a few, put it under the sink in the water and throw them away. Because if I just do the bag away, I have gone in the trash, say, oh, it's still safe. It's still in the bag. It's okay. I'm just going to eat a couple more. So you got to know yourself. You got to know your weaknesses and your strengths. And you got to be obsessed about what it is that you say you want. So you want it all. I'm here to tell you, you can have it all. Because there's no difference between you and the people that you admire. There is no difference. Yes, the difference is that they've identified their purpose. They've identified their joy. And they stick to that. They've identified it and they stick to it. They tough it out until they become experts. You can be an expert. You deserve it. There's no question in my mind. There's no question in my mind that I deserve everything that I want. I just have to prioritize it. I have to put it in a specific space and go after it with everything that I have. So I'm telling you, you deserve it too. I know you do. People that come on here are looking for something specific, and that is they're looking for more. They're looking for more happiness, more health, and more wealth. They're looking for it. Because if you listen to me once, I'm going to tell you about getting your money right. Because your money right helps you buy better groceries. Having better groceries helps your body to operate better because they don't have all the pesticides and the chemicals. Having your money right means you can go buy a personal trainer. Having your money right means you can go hire a life coach to help you iron out some of your shortcomings. I hired a spiritual coach 2 years ago. 2020, all of 2020, I had a spiritual coach. We met twice a month. Okay? Because you have to know what you're short at and what to get better at. Right? My spiritual coach helped me to calm down, not take everything so personal. Okay? to understand that there's another realm. And I'm not talking about the Bible realm. I'm talking about just the spiritual realm to help you understand that you are powerful. You can set your intentions. Let me tell you this. One time I wanted someone to call me for a virtual lunch. And I was talking to my spiritual coach about it. And I said, I just can't seem to connect often enough with this person. And she said, well, what do you want to do? I said, I don't know. She goes, well, just pick something. I said, virtual lunch. Swear to you, I start putting it out there. Okay. In my mind, in my words, in my verbiage, in my expectations, setting my intent. And I swear to you I swear it happened. It happened. And it didn't happen months later. It happened within 10 days. They called and said, hey, what are you doing? Let's grab lunch tomorrow virtually and just connect. I was blown away at what the power is that we have. Blown away. And that's why I tell you, your energy meets people before you ever do. It meets them before you call them. It meets them when you're thinking about them. How many times have you thought about somebody and they called you? Or they said, I was just thinking about you too. How many times? That's power. You're just not using your power. So let's use your power. Decide what you want. And it can't be everything. It's got to be the important things. And then decide that you're going to be obsessed about getting those things. And that means that you're going to be doing the right things right on a regular basis in order to get it. Hey, I hope that you get something from our conversation. I hope that or from my monologue, we were supposed to have another guest to have a dialogue and talk about finding and discovering, tapping into your pure purpose. I know I'm blessed. I am so blessed because I love talking about money. I've always talked about money. It's what I've done for the last 30 years is help people with their money life. And I know from all those years that if you get your money game together, you can get everything else together, right? Because it's the same discipline, the same habits, and the same things you need to know. If you're struggling and you want to know how to start setting some habits, get the book. Some of you have read it. Ro, you read the book. Coach Don, you read the book. What do you think? So see, part of the book is about quieting yourself and how to quiet yourself so you can hear yourself so that you know what your purpose is and what you should be obsessing about. Oh, Susie, Pastor Booze, what did he tell me what he preached about? Tell me what he preached about. Being divided, which part? I love Pastor Booze. That's a good man. So listen, when you hear something time and time again, or you hear something 2 or 3 times in a small window, it is a confirmation for you to dig deeper on that topic for yourself. It's got nothing to do with what I'm saying. I'm glad, Susie. Has nothing to do with Derek. It has everything to do with the universe, with God bringing you that energy that you need to tap in further with what you need. So what are you going to do about it? You're going to wring your hands? You're going to sit around and boo-hoo about what you don't have? Or you're going to tap in and say, oh, this is for me. This is mine all day. Utilizing your own power. I love it. Because we have power. Because we are children of God who is all powerful, omniscient, omnipotent. And if you don't think you are, I know I am. I'm called to help you get your game face on. I'm called to help you keep your game face on, and I'm called to celebrate with you once you get there. So listen, hopefully you will reach out if you have any questions, if you have any needs. We are doing another event, April, I should know this by heart. I think it's April 16th. Go to that link, selfmade.im. Just register. It's free. Listen, it's free. Go register. Get in. If you're local, register, and I'll invite you to be live. Last time we did a live event, I provided everybody lunch. I gave everybody lunch, and I gave everybody a little present. Okay? So we're only going to have about 25 live because we don't want too many people. We still act like, we still know that there's some germs out there, so we don't want too many people. But we're going to do some live and most virtual. We're going to have some breakout rooms. Inside the breakout rooms, we're going to be talking to some people that already make 7 figures and what they did and how they do it. We're going to have a coach that's going to talk about how to discover your specific purpose. I'm going to be talking about how to take what you have, how to zone into it, right? So give you an example. Hopefully he doesn't get mad at me. I don't think he's on because I didn't see his name. But Uncle Craig, Uncle Craig is a guy that makes this. He's an IT guy, so he's a tech dude. Okay, and he helps small businesses with their technology. But he also makes this amazing tonic that helps keep you healthy, especially with this whole COVID thing. So, so he's a great example of somebody that has multiple talents. And I want to take people like that have multiple talents. They're probably doing real well, but they aren't hitting it, making that bell ring on the regular, and show you how to synergetically pull together your efforts, your energy, your power, so that you can get what you want. You might not want 7 figures. I mean, everybody talks about getting rich. How about being incredibly comfortable? How about being able to go anywhere in the world you want and not be broke, right? How about having stacks on stacks and not have to worry about anything? You don't have to have $20 million. You don't have to have $10 million to do that, right? You need to be on top of your money game. Come to Selfmade, register, and we will make sure that we help you. We're going to have these breakout rooms, as I mentioned. Beth Razug is going to man these breakout rooms. We're going to have people in these breakout rooms that can lead a discussion. I'm trying to get Coach Dawn back if she doesn't have to coach a track event. So hopefully, cross your fingers, she doesn't have a track event. She can come in and talk about tapping into that power. Right? She's a life coach. She talks about really tapping into your power. What is your identity? How do you tap into it? And how do you manifest that to the ultimate level? We're going to have Marie back, who's talking about your branding and how to get every one of you have a brand. And you take that thing, every time you step out the house, you take your brand. Okay? I can show up in a torn t-shirt, or I can show up half baked, but that's not my brand. What's your brand? What are you presenting to the world? And how are they going to benefit from it at an amazingly high level? So I know that you all are so powerful. I just don't think you all know, some of you do, I don't think you all know how amazingly, incredibly powerful you really are. So we're going to talk about how to harness that power at Selfmade, how you can elevate that and spread it. Because most of you, the only problem you really have is nobody knows you exist. Not enough people know you exist. This is my problem. Not enough people know how amazing I am, right? They don't know that they have somebody they can go to talk about their money problems that don't get judged. They don't get their finger pointed at them. They don't get shame. They don't know there's somebody out there that can help them with their personal money problems. There's tons of people that can help you invest. There's tons of people that can do all the other things. How do you get out of trouble? How do you start stacking cash at home? Everybody should have $5,000, $10,000 at home, and then another 5 or 10 in the bank on the low side. And then you should be working on your vertical streams. How do you multiply that? So I just hope that you all start to figure out how powerful you are and how blessed you are. And I pray that you start sharing that, because if you do, that's when you get your reward. That's when you get it. That's when you get it. When you share it. Because you're touching other people who don't think that they're deserving. They don't think they're as good as you. They don't think that they can do it. Okay? Invite them to join the journey. If you can, invite them to join the journey. That takes them to our Facebook page, where we're going to open up our private Facebook group so that you can promote your businesses inside our group. We have a couple hundred people. We're looking to grow that to over 1,000 people this year. Wouldn't you like to promote your business to over 1,000 people this year? You can do it inside of our private group the right way. You can't be tripping in there. It's got to be professional. It's got to be 24K, baby. But we're going to allow that. We're going to encourage that. We're going to encourage you to come on at 24K and tell your story. Jump on these streams with me, and let's talk about where you're going and how you got there. Let's talk about your troubles and your successes so that you can elevate. Sharing your gifts is powerful. Hi, Lorna. Lorna says, I talked about your services twice this weekend. You know what, Lorna? I am so grateful. I will tell you this, Lorna. One of my mantras is that my name is being mentioned in rooms that I've never been in before. And then people are learning more and more about the services that we provide and how we change lives. I got the biggest compliment from one of our clients who says, I'm going to be honest with you. You changed me, you changed my family's life, and you changed my friends' lives just with the work that you and your team are doing with me, because everything is better. My money's right, and my money's better. And even if it's not absolutely 100% better this second. I got a plan. When you have a plan, that means you can see light at the end of that tunnel. And when you can see light, there is nothing that can hold you back. So I pray that we continue to share. I know you got me, Lorna. I pray that you all can see some light, and that at the end of that light is you. You are the light. I'm telling you, you're powerful. We can't get into it right now. We'll get into it more at Self-Made. So invite your friends, your family to join the journey. That'll take them to the Facebook private group. And then we'll talk about Self-Made more in the private group. We'll talk about, you promoting your businesses in the private group. And hopefully everybody will prosper from that exposure and experience. I pray that you all have an amazing week. I'm Derek Gant. Be your best. Bring your best. Leave nothing to chance. Thank you. Thank you, Coach Dawn. Be well, everybody.
Yeah, it's time to live your life. Derek Gant, show them how to take it to the highest height. Hey, this is more than financial advice. Show you how to take control. Time to get your money right. Money management, I know that we all need financial independence. Yeah, it seems out of reach, but you can make it happen. Now it's time for some action, helping you with your finances. Yeah, we got a passion. Hey, ain't no limit. Now it's time to get it. You deserve to have a life how you wanna live it. Secrets to success. Now it's time to get it right. Yeah, I'm talking all about that 24K life. Let's go. This the vibe. For real, I'm trying to tell you. Tell me if you ready to take it to the next level. Derek Gant, talking fitness and investment. Change your mindset and show you how it's all connected. Ain't no need to hesitate or delay. Only way to live life is a 24K. Hey, Derek Gant, let them know. Let's go.